So, good noontime and welcome to Rotary, everyone. We are so glad that you are here with us. We've got a wonderful program for you today. And Steve, are you available to get us started off this morning?
Yes.
Thank
How?
you.
How?
Would you like to lead us in prayer, sir?
Yes, I'll be honored to. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day and for the joy that we have of coming together as Rotarians and for this Rotary meeting. We pray that you'd help us to be servants. Thank you for the leadership of our Noon Rotary Club. Thank you for the fellowship that's here. Thank you for each man and woman who have made this a special day to be here and be part of this. Help us to go forth this week and be servants, not only for our organization, but for you as well. Help us to represent service in a very powerful way. And again, I pray that you'll just bless us, forgive us of our sins, give us a great week, and help us, Lord, in our nation to have peace and help us to focus on bright tomorrows. And we ask it in the strong name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Steve. And Terry, are you available to lead us in pledge, sir? You unmute yourself. You're muted.
Okay.
Very good.
All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Terry. And Danny, it's your time to shine. Would you, sir, lead us in song?
Okay, go ahead and cover your ears. Rotary, that spells Rotary. Rotary is known on land and sea. From north to south, from east to west, one prophet knows who serves the best. Rotary, that spells Rotary. Okay, unplug your ears.
Thank you, sir. Now I'll unmute you. Thank you very much, Danny. Okie dokie, we have some guests with us here today. Our first visiting Rotarian, Bettsy Pizaña, is our featured presentation for this morning, and so we'll give her a formal introduction shortly. We also have a visiting Rotarian from our morning club. Hello, Cynthia. We keep moving around. There you are.
Hi.
Cynthia.
Hi.
And let's see. Yes, thank you. And we have some guests with us here today. Let's see. Lucy and Terry are at the tail end of their guestship and almost to full membership. And so thank y'all for being here today. And let's see. Susan Rutherford is our new Interact advisor. More information on that in just 1 minute. And let's see here. And Sissy, hello, Sissy. Good morning. Thanks so much for being here. Sissy is one of our proposed members, so thanks so much. And Christine. Christine just joined us. Good morning.
Hello, everyone.
And she is one of our other proposed members in the cohort with Lucy and Terry. So lots of extra folks here today, and that's wonderful. Did I miss anybody? I think that's everyone there. All right. We have a birthday this week, Bud, on the 12th, which is Thursday. If you see Bud around or if you need some financial advice, do wish him a happy birthday. We don't have any wedding anniversaries this week, but we do have a Rotary anniversary. Also on the 12th is Joe Utley. He turns a Rotary 1. So if you need to go and get your hair did, tell Joe a happy Rotary anniversary. Do we have any happy dollar announcements today? Okie dokie then. Let's see, Charles is not here for a foundation update, but I thought that we would spend just 1 minute showing what good our foundation can do. And one of those ways is through international service. And so we recently sent over a wire for $8,000 to the Rotary Club of Tepwashur in Kathmandu, Nepal. If you don't know where that is, it's on the other side of the world from us. It is for a rabbit and vegetable raising project, and this is a district grant, but it still aligns with an area of focus in economic development. And so these families are raising rabbits not only for their own household nutritional needs, but also they're selling the rabbit meat to local restaurants and hotels for meat. And so it's an economic stimulus to the area. And just to show you what some of this stuff looks like, our partner is with the Himalayan Rabbit Farm. And so here are some pictures from that in Kathmandu. And there was a training here. So this is a training that they recently had, and it's teaching folks how to raise rabbits and how to use these to sustain their household and their families in economic need. And so this is one way that the Rotary Foundation helps us to do good all over the world. And we want to thank Richard, our Director of International Service, for being at the helm of this project and leading us to good works all over the world. So thank you, Richard, for that. And this concludes our Rotary Foundation Minute. Back to our show. Let's see here. 2 weeks ago, we had our second in-person hybrid meeting. We will have our next in-person hybrid meeting on the last Tuesday of the month. That is November 24. And we will be back at the Cherry Tree Tea Room with a limited menu and table service. I think we had a great showing this last time, and I hope to have another one this coming time, and that is 2 days before Thanksgiving. And so we look forward to our in-person hybrid meetings. And also on the calendar, very soon, we have nominations and elections for our Rotary Club. And so remember, we are 6 months, Rotary, we like to be at least 6 months ahead of the curve. And so we're nominating and electing officers now to be installed at the end, or rather the beginning of the new Rotary year, which is 1 of July. And so that way they have a good 6 months to get trained and learned up in their new positions. And so that's why we're having our nominations and elections in December. If you or anybody you know would excel at local club leadership, please do let your very favorite director know. And speaking of in-person events, Rotary After Dark, it's that time of the month again. Tomorrow we will meet in person at Bray's Smokehouse for blues, brews, and barbecues. And so if you are available tomorrow, 6 p.m., do join us and see your friends in person. We have, as mentioned earlier, a few prospective members with us. This is the second formal reading of Dr. Sissy Reynolds Pettis. She is the KISD Superintendent. Hello, Sissy.
Hello, how are you?
Great. Thanks so much for being here with us today.
Thank you.
And our second is Brenda Hoyas. She is the new Kingsville downtown manager proposed by Dawn. I don't think Brenda's here with us today, but she has joined us in the past. And so if you know for any reason why they should not be considered for new membership, please do reach out to your very favorite director. And for everybody else, Lucy, Terry, and Christine, new member orientation coming soon, and that will come from our Director of Membership, Ricky Cunningham. And now, on to our featured presentation and our next installment from our district leadership series. We have Bettsy Pizaña, and she is the Interact and Rotaract chair for our District 5930. Thank you, Jadine, for reaching out to her. If you would like to introduce her a little bit more, you're welcome to do so.
Justin, let me let you continue. I've only recently met Bettsy. I'm just so excited we've got an Interact club. I don't know. So please continue.
Well, thank you, Jadine. Bettsy and I are old friends. We met at Pets, in-person Pets, this past year. We were in a president-elect group together. And so we've been great friends ever since. And so it's really good to see you again. And she is the current president of Brownsville Sunrise. And I know that they're doing a magnificent job down there. It is a great, vibrant club. And so she is going to bring us the good news of some youth services. So Bettsy, take it away.
Thank you so much for the invitation. Thank you I'm so happy to be here. This is so different. And yes, we make great friends in our last pest in Dallas. I think that was our last physical event. And I missed all the friendship and everything. But I hope that so soon we can continue with our activities and to meet you, all of you in person. But I'm so happy that to receive the notice that you want to create an Interact Club. And this is fabulous. Okay, it's a great step because that means that your club still is working and to make a difference in the community. Doesn't matter if you are having meeting in Zooms or just one time per month physical meetings, but you still are thinking in projects and you are thinking in the youth people that live in Kingsville, and this is wonderful. So I will make my presentation. Usually I have 1 hour and a half for my presentation, but I will try to do it in some minutes. But if you have any questions, you can ask me. Anything, always I am available. So I will share my screen because this will be more easy for you. So let me share my presentation. I have it here. Okay, you can see the full screen, right?
Yes, ma'am. Looks great.
Thank you. So I will talk first about Interact because I know that this is your first goal about Interact, and the last I will talk a little about Rotaract to understand what means both programs. Okay, but first about Interact. In the world in Rotary International, in a century of years that we are working in service, right now we have more than 14,000 Interact clubs around the world, and we have more than 10,000 Rotaract clubs around the world. We have more Interact. So in our district, only we have 40 Interact clubs and 4 Rotaract clubs. We will discover why is happening. Maybe we don't understand very well the both programs or how they work, but I will tell you more later, okay? But our interactors are great in this district, and I'm so happy that we have many clubs, and still many are working right now. Doesn't matter the pandemic, the kids still, they will make activities. So yes, this year I was invited to be the Interact and Rotaract chair. I started in Rotary when I was 18 years old. I started as Rotaractor. I was 10 years Rotaractor. I was district Rotary representative. This was in Mexico because I was born in Monterrey, Nuevo León, Mexico. The district Rotary representative is like a district governor, but for Rotaractors. And then I was invited to serve in an international committee with the president of Rotary International, Ray Hismin, and was a big honor for to serve in this committee about Rotaract and Interact, and to learn more about the program and to help another districts about how can they have more clubs. And then I made my husband in Rotaract. I married with him and I come to live to Brownsville, Texas. And since then I am Rotarian. So this is my month of anniversary. This month is my 18th anniversary in Rotary. So I'm so happy that still I'm here and to serve in the district and to respond to any questions, anything that you need to know. But it's still, I don't stop to learn because Rotary always have changes, and Interact and Rotaract has been changes in the last years. So this is more in my pictures, my travels, on my conventions and activities. But okay, I will talk about Interact, not about me. So Interact Club is for youth ages in between 12 and 18 years old. So you can have kids from middle school and high school. And these kids, they can connect with others in their community or their school. And the club members can have fun while carrying out service projects and learning about the world. This program was created in 1962 because the children of Rotarians, they wanted to serve, but they cannot join a Rotary Club because the Rotary Clubs only were just for the men's, right? Remember that women's started until 1989. So the name They Interact is a combination of the words international and action. So these children create this program, Rotarians support them, and the benefits about to have an Interact Club is they can connect with leaders in the community and around the world, take action to make a difference in the school or the community, discover new cultures and promote international understanding, become a leader in their school or the community, and of course to have fun and make new friends around the world. It's similar to Rotary, right? Interact clubs, they receive a guidance from individual Rotary clubs. But they have their own govern and support themselves because they have their standard constitution and they have their own recommended bylaws. Okay, the Rotary clubs can be, the constitution is only school-based or community-based. School-based means that only the people, the students from the school can join the Interact club. And the Interact club created in community-based, that you can bring kids from different schools, from middle school, from high school, but remember they need to have in the age between 12 and 18 years old. Okay, they have their own constitution because they can elect their own officers. They can decide how to spend, how to make fundraisers and how to spend the money. They have their own decision, okay? But they receive the guidance from the Rotary sponsor. In this case, the Rotary Kingsville will be the Rotary sponsor for the new Interact Club. So one of the questions is how to create an Interact Club. What is exactly? Many people ask, hey, what is that to have an Interact Club? What it means to have you? And I always say, okay, an Interact Club is like to have a child. Sounds like a lot of work, okay? But no, it's fun. In this case, it's fun because at the end of the day, they go out with their parents. But we are like a good father, like a good mother with them, like an uncle or an aunt. And the Interact clubs, we guide them about to serve in the community, to have friendship between them, to support them in the ideas they have because they see the world in a different way that we see right now. So what we need for to have an Interact club, first, the age. We say that the Interact membership is between 12 to 18 years old. I know that, for example, if the club will be in a school base, more of the kids are between 15, 17 years, 18 years, right? So the club base is a school base, only one school, or community base if the kids belongs to different schools. They can recruit members. They can elect officers. Every Interact club has a president, a vice president, a secretary, a treasurer, and all positions that they need for the club to have a good project and to make different decisions about what is happening. They need and elect an advisor, an Interact chair. And this is another question that many people ask me. What it means an advisor. For example, if your club is a school base, the advisor is a person who works in the school, and they will be present in the meetings from the Interact club. Then we guide them about the kids are doing the things in a correct way. They are doing legally things. Many people say, what is legal for an Interact? And I always say they can do everything that is legal according to the age of them, okay? Everything that is legal in our community. See, if right now we cannot make parties with or reunions with more of the 10 people, it's not legal. They cannot make that kind of meetings. If, for example, I know, I think this is an activity from you. You have pins for polio. I think so. It's an activity. Yes. So if an Interact club, they say, hey, we want to make that activity, that fundraiser, pins for polio, they can? Of course not, because it's not legal. Okay. It's not legal for them. They cannot be there. So the school advisor, they take care about it. The Interact chair is the Rotarian in the club sponsor who will be always in contact with the advisor. Okay. Who will be the channel of communication between the Rotary sponsor and the advisor. About the advisor, maybe the advisor is not a Rotarian, sometimes happen, and they need a guidance about what is Rotary doing. So the Interact chair can help. What happens if we don't have an advisor available? The advisor also can be another Rotarian, a parent, or a Rotaractor. We are talking that they need to be an adult. Remember, we are working with minors, so we need an adult working with them. Also, to have our Interact club, we need to complete the Interact certification form. I see the form in the last week. Thank you so much. That's a great step. And when we send the Interact certification form to Rotary International headquarters, that was sent last week also, then we will receive the formal certification of the club. And then we can celebrate that we will have a new Interact club working in the community, okay? So this is very important. You always need to have communication with the advisor and your Interact chair that what do you want to work with the Interact club. Okay, sometimes we can invite the interactors to our activities in the club, but remember, just think, is legal or is not legal? Sometimes the advisor they can get the parent consents because they need it. The parents needs to know what they are doing, the kids, or where or with who. And when the club is in community base, we need to make that task. We need to get the parent consent from the parents. But I say, okay, sounds like a lot of work, but no, it's an opportunity because you can meet the parents of these interactors and you can invite them to be a future Rotarian in your club, right? So it's an opportunity to meet the parents of the Interact club. So this is the way that you can have a club. Another important about the Interact clubs is about the image, about the logos. The first logo in the top, we not using. That was the logos that we used. The first logo we used it several years ago. That was the first logo. But in Rotary decided that in 2015 that we need to change the image for our Rotaract and Interact clubs because many people ask them to the kids, hey, from what group are you or you belong? Or what are you doing? And always the kids respond, oh, we are interactors, Rotaractors. We are the small Rotarians. That was the answer. So Rotary thought about it and decided to change the image about Interact and Rotaract. And all programs now we use the Rotary wheel, but now we use it in a different color. Interact, we use the color turquoise, and Rotaract uses magenta. It's like a red color. You will see more later in an image. So if you have that image about the first logo, remove it. We don't use it anymore, okay? I saw a newsletter this morning and I saw that logo. Change it, okay? I'm not the police of the logos. Just change the logo because we're not using it anymore. It's historic, it's vintage. So now this is below you can see the correct Interact logo, the word. You can add the name of the school there. And everything we use in this color for them. For Rotary, we use color blue and yellow. If you see the logo of this year with the doors, you can see that we have the three colors. The important programs on Rotary and the color of Rotary in the middle. So what is the plan of the advisor or the Interact chair role? Well, they support the day-of-day, I'm sorry, I moved. They support the day-of-day operations of the Interact Club. They function as the primary club license to Rotary International and ensure that everybody who works with the club follows Rotary policies to safeguard youth. Okay? Many advisors says, what kind of activities can I suggest to the interactors? What can I do with them? What can I suggest? I always say to the advisors, don't stress about it. Just ask to your kids, hey, what are you looking around? What you see in the school? What you see in the community? Do you see that looks perfect? What would you like to change? And the kids will talk. The kids will propose many ideas because they will see, we'll see that maybe students are not changing the tennis shoes in a year. And maybe we'll see that in the next season, the winter, many students, maybe they don't have a jacket. We would like to make a recollection of jackets to help them. Sometimes they can plan hey, we would like to make a fundraising playing video games. And that will be awesome. I like to play video games, but I never have the idea to make a contest or to make a fundraising playing video games. But for interactors and Rotaractors, that sounds great. And that happens because they have different ideas to us. I always says that maybe the kids always, they plan in a different way than us. Sometimes the kid says, we would like to make a car wash and we want to make it in 2 weeks. And for us, maybe it's like 2 weeks? No, plan it maybe in 2 months or I don't know, later because it's so soon. So always plan with them about to make a little agenda and to help them because sometimes the advisor maybe say, hey, I need to be there the weekends. Also, it's like an extra work. And we need to understand that the advisors is not our employee. And if it's not a Rotarian in our club, we need to help them to have control of the club. And that's the reason that we ask that all Rotarians be involved with the Interact Club. Maybe also the parents or Rotaractors. And you can contribute with them and to make a plan that if a kid would like to make a fundraising in the coming 2 weeks, maybe we can make a plan to help them. Because if we tell to the kids, oh no, plan this activity for maybe in 2 months, what will happen with the kids? The motion will be low, right? That happens with the kids. They will say, oh, okay, no, I'm not interested. I don't want to make anymore. I'm not interested to continue in the club, okay? sometimes we will not say yes to everything, but we will try to guide them and to say them, hey, in 2 weeks, maybe so soon, but maybe what do you think in 3 for to have time to sell tickets, for to know, hey, how the place that we will do the activity, to make a better planning. Always try to negotiate with the kids, but try that they start in the role about to make these activities and everything that they think, because sometimes I want to make and many things, and as adults we don't have all the time of the world, right? We have many responsibilities now. And also we have a youth protection guide in Rotary International. So Rotary International strives to create and maintain a safe environment for all youth who participate in Rotary activities. To the best of their ability, Rotarians, spouses and partners, and other volunteers must safeguard the children and young people they come into contact with that and protect them from physical, sexual, and emotional abuse. Let me tell you something. In all my years in Rotary, I never saw a bad situation with interactors and rotaractors, because always we take care of our kids and our young community. Always we are people with values, and this is important for us. So, however, everything could happen because sometimes the kids are making an activity and people who is not from the club can arrive and to say them something. So we need to protect them. Remember, they are like our children. You will protect them like your children. Also, we have relevant dates to interact and Rotary. We have so soon Rotary and the 1st of December is the Interact Videos Awards submission. Every year we have this contest for the best club who is making a video and photos and activities around the world. In March, we will have the RILA. Says that is January, but will be in March. Will be a virtual meeting. It's a great event for them. Also, we will have in February, the anniversary of Rotary International. You can invite them because remember, now they will belong to this organization. And also we will have the 4-way test speech contest, the conference of our district in Harlingen, Texas. I hope that we will have that conference physical meeting, please. And in May is the Youth of Service Month, is when we celebrate about all the youth programs that we have and to make activities with them all this month. And of course, Interact can apply for a presidential citation. This is one of the Interact Video Awards. I will share with you in the page, you can see it. This is the Interact citation. Is different. The difference between, for example, in Rotary, we need to write everything in Rotary Central, right, about our activities. But for Interact, just they need to complete this form to make the application of an Interact citation. So if your club start to make activities in June, you can fill it up this form and you can apply for that citation. That will be great. We have the programs for them, RILA and the Rotary Youth Exchange. I always say that if we have interactors, we be our first option to select them for scholarships, RILA, for the Rotary Youth Exchange, because we can give them that opportunity. They are served to the community. We can help them to be better and to be better leaders there. And something about Rotaract. I know that we are almost on time, right? But I will explain about what is Rotaract, because many people ask, okay, we have interactors. What is Rotaract? Okay, Rotaract was another program of Rotary International. No, it's not a program anymore. Now it's a partner. But this club is for people that age 18 years old and older to exchange ideas with leaders in the community, develop leadership and professional skills, and have fun through service. This club was created in 1968, 6 years after Interact Club was created. because the interactors who grow up in that years, when they have 18 years old, they don't have another club for to work. And still, they cannot be Rotarians because they need to be more adult. So they start to name it Interactor Seniors. So Rotary International talked about to create another program, and this is the reason that Rotaractor was created. So many interactors around the world who were Interactor Seniors created the Rotaract clubs. So that was fantastic. We have many clubs in the world at the same time. So in 96, 97, the first president of Rotary International who put attention in Rotaract was Luis Vicente Giai. Unfortunately, he passed away in September. And he called Rotaract and Rotarians partners in service because Rotaractors work in a similar way that Rotarians. They do exactly the same, just the difference was the age. And in the year 2010, 2011, the president of Rotary International, Ray Smith, he gave the opportunity to make the first Council of Legislation of Rotaract. This was the first time that Rotaract had voice and to talk about they would like to make changes in the program. This was the first time. I'm there in the picture, I'm talking in the microphone, and some proposals that year was about the age extension in Rotaract, pay dues to Rotary International, change the image or identity of Rotaract, have a membership number, and Rotaractors can attend Rotary trainings. You know, this was 10 years ago, and that benefits didn't exist for Rotaract. But in the year from the President International Barry Racine in 2018-2019, he formally proposed expanding the definition of Rotary membership and to include both Rotary and Rotaract as the same. So the Rotaract was elevated the status with the organization and was approved in the Rotary Council of Legislation. So now Rotaract is a membership type, okay? So before of this council, Rotaract was here, all right? Interact is here, and Rotaract was there in the same level. But when they elevate the status, now we are in the same level. It's equally because Rotaractors make exactly the same activities in the same way with the same structure that Rotarians. And that's the reason that the status was elevated and Rotaract grew up. But how now can we work with Rotaractors? So these are the updates in Rotaract now. They removed the age limit. The limit was until 30 years old, and now they can be Rotaractors until 35, 36, etc. Because Rotarians wants to make a smooth transitions from Rotaract to a Rotary club. They can join a dual membership. What it means that, for example, if you have a member in their 20s and they would like to join a Rotary club, probably one of the things that this person would say is, oh no, I don't want to pay the full membership does. I don't know, approximately in every club is $300 approx. So maybe the people in their 20s would say, I don't want to pay that money. But if you have a Rotary club, you can give them the opportunity to pay less money in their dues. However, they will not have a Rotary member. They will not have a membership number in Rotary because they are Rotaractors, okay? But they can join both clubs. They can be Rotaractors and they can join the Rotary club. It's the same. So Rotaractors now can participate in district events. Before they didn't can, now they can attend. And also now they have positions in a district level, in a Rotary level. They can be created a Rotary club without a sponsor, or a Rotary club can be the sponsor. And they will start to pay dues to Rotary International in July in 2022. The pay dues, they will pay per member $5 if the club is school-based, or they can pay $8 if the club is in community base. They can have an account in My Rotary, and they can apply for global grants in July 2022. This is very different. So this is one of the updates to have a Rotaract. If you, for example, you would like to start a Rotaract club, if you have a member that is in their 20s, they can invite another friends or another students, for example, in the university. And you can start a Rotaract club with them and to offer them a dual membership. That means that they need to pay less money. And then, for example, when this person turn 30 years old, for example, you can start with a smooth transition to the Rotary Club until to pay the full membership. Okay, it's a different way to work with them. Now this is a possibility because remember the Rotaract status was elevated, and now Rotaract is a type of membership. You can include it in your club, so you can talk about it in your board meeting. So this is about Interact and Rotaract Club. So if you have questions, you can ask me, you can contact me, send me an email. There is my email, my Facebook, and anything that you need to know, I can guide you, I can tell you. So
Well,
thank you
thank
so
you,
much.
Betsy, so much for spending the day with us. It was some wonderful information, and it is quite timely for us because we are just starting our brand new Interact Club. And so this is very fantastic. I hope that Susan Ivy and Susan Rutherford and Veronica Alfaro got a lot out of it. And let's see, is Sissy still here? I think she left. But that's, oh, there you are. There you are. Sorry, my tiles moved around. And so that's another high school that's an option there. So thank you, Betsy, very much. We do have a couple of things coming up soon. We have Rotary After Dark tomorrow, 6 p.m. We have our next in-person and hybrid meeting on the last Tuesday of the month. 2 days later is your Tofu Turkey Day, or whatever your bird is made out of. And does anybody else have anything for the good of Rotary that will last less than 13 seconds? Susan, you're first.
I just wanted to, Susan Rutherford had given me an update last night that she does have 8 kids signed up for our Interact Club at the school. So we're off to a great start.
Thank you, Susan Ivy, for facilitating that so much. Richard Hartwig.
Hi, Betsy. I just thought you might want to know, if you don't already, that our club supports a scholarship program for poor children in Monterrey, Mexico, called Dar y Servir. We've done that for a number of years now.
Wow. Which club?
It's called, well, our club, the Rotary Club of Kingsville, supports a scholarship program called Dar y Servir, run by Susan Morera and various other people in Monterrey. Susan talked to us recently online, and she and her husband Hector came earlier in the year. They came and talked to the club in person.
That's great.
Thank you, Richard, for making that connection for us. And on to our weekly Paul Harris drawing. We have some competition this week, and so if I can get a drum roll, please. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Group 4. Chris and me. Yay, good job. Thank you for answering the phone, Chris. And back to it. If you will please join me in the 4-way test of the things we think, say, and do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned? Thanks so much. It's not yet 1 o'clock. We're on time. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Thank you, Betsy. I really appreciate you being here.
Thank you. Anything that you need, send me an email.
Thank you, Betsy.
Got it. And thank you, Susan, for taking care of our Interact Club over there.
Justin, I have a, you hear me?
I can. What can I do for you?
On my screen, it says live on YouTube. So is this meeting recorded so that I could go back to it?
Susan,
Mhm.
all of our meetings are recorded, and so you can go back to them.
Oh, okay. All right.
Have
Great.
you ever been to our YouTube channel?
I have not.